Now, what is the period of viability? Any idea? What is the period of viability? Viability means the fetus will be able to survive if the fetus is segregated from the mother. If it can survive on its own, that means the fetus is viable. Limitations, cutoff limit is different. In our country, it is around 20 weeks, it was before, now 24 weeks. So, and in gynae ops, we say 28 weeks. So that it differs. If you take out a fetus at 20 weeks, it may or may not survive. But we have to put some rules to it. That is how it has come into the definition, that is before the period of viability. Once the fetus becomes viable, it has, take your seat, it can survive on its own. So the fetus has its own say in it. Understood? If the fetus is viable, fetus has the right to live on its own terms. So it is before the period of viability. Fetus doesn't have any right to life then. Got it? This is important. Before the period of viability. It may be legal, it may be illegal. Illegal means criminal abortion. Many countries have not yet legalized abortion. Many countries who had legalized before have criminalized now. So there are changes going on throughout the world. In India, abortion was legalized by MTP Act in 1971 and was enforced in 1972. Provisions of the act has been revised in 1975 and it has been amended in 2002. This is the MTP Amendment Act. Further amended in 2003, and it came up as Medical Termination of Pregnancy Rules and Regulations. This is how it was laid. What are the rules and regulations? We'll come to it, where medical method of abortion has been included. Now, what is this medical method? Your idea about MTP, any idea? Any idea about the method of termination? Why we are shouting about medical method? Then there must be a surgical method. Any idea from that corner? A lot of sound from that corner. Can you elaborate on it? Medical method and surgical method. Medical method means you can do it with medicines only. Kits, MTP kit. That came into the Amendment Act in 2003. These medicines came into the market and it was allowed for medical method. Right? MTP Amendment Bill was passed and enforced as MTP of Pregnancy Amendment Rules in 2021. This is very recent. What happened in 2021? We were in COVID pandemic. Something happened then. If you have any idea, you can enlighten us on this. Have you gone through it before coming to this class? Looked up? Yet to look up, right? Who defines unsafe abortion as a procedure for terminating an unintended pregnancy either by individuals without the necessary skills or in an environment that does not conform to minimum medical standards? So if you terminate a pregnancy not conforming to the rules, it becomes a crime. And you can be punished for it legally. So that is unsafe abortion. Why was MTP Act required? Before MTP Act, all the cases related to abortion were decided under Indian Penal Code, Section 312. So this is you are stamped as a criminal if you do a termination. 312 to 316, irrespective of pregnancy terminated with consent or without consent. You are innocent. Patient had come to you and you had terminated. Say in the year 1968, that was a crime. So we needed something to support the woman and to support us. Before MTP Act, abortion was absolutely prohibited and no consideration was made for any circumstances whatsoever required or compelled. The lady herself perhaps compelled you to do it. Still, it's a crime on your part to procure the abortion. So abortion or induced miscarriage. What is miscarriage and what is abortion? Miscarriage happens spontaneously. Nature does it. You have no role in it. No harm in that. Nature has not carried the pregnancy forward. But MTP, you are doing it deliberately. So that is the difference. We call induced abortion as MTP. And you can call it induced miscarriage also. But only miscarriage or spontaneous miscarriage is by nature. We have no role in it. Was under the purview of IPC section, any induced abortion or induced miscarriage that was under IPC, Indian Penal Code 312-316. Both were guilty. Person performing the abortion or causing the miscarriage and woman undergoing abortion. Both are found guilty. So, to respect women's right, it came with women's empowerment. She can decide whether she wants to carry this pregnancy forward or not. Basic objectives was to liberalize the provisions of termination of pregnancy, to keep the record of the woman a secret. Don't go about the town telling the world that you have terminated a pregnancy. You have to keep that a confidentiality. Very, very important. So you have to keep it as a secret. So aim of MTP Act is to provide safe and secret abortion services under prescribed indication decided by registered medical practitioner to avoid criminal abortions in untrained and unauthorized hand. It should be provided in government hospital or government approved hospital. It can be done in private sectors also, but that has to be approved by the government. To protect the registered medical practitioner who perform abortion as per the provisions of the MTP Act. So that this you have understood, 1971 MTP Act. Remember that this date, this hallmark date, it was a revolutionary for the, say, women's rights, whatever. This act allows termination of pregnancy up to 20 weeks for a broad range of indications. It also offers protection to practitioner if he or she adheres to the rules and fulfills the requirements of the act. So it was passed by both houses of parliament and receives assent by the president. Features are what it constitutes of, under what conditions the pregnancy can be terminated, who can terminate, and where you can terminate. These three questions you have to answer. So these are the rules laid down. MTP rules are made by the central government and passed by parliament, notified in the official gazette. Salient features are there will be a district level committee, site approval process, which are the places which you will approve for it. Equipment requirement at the sites, what we need to do the whole procedure, and the experience and training of an RMP. RMP here means registered medical practitioner. District level committee, 3 to 5 members. There will be a chairperson. 1 member shall be a gynecologist or surgeon or anesthetist. And other members from the local medical profession, and at least one member should be a woman in that committee. Very important. Tenure is 2 calendar years. Tenure of NGO member will not be more than 2 terms. That is not more than 4 years. MTP regulations. We are talking about rules that was made by the central government. Now, what about regulations are made by the state government and passed by the state legislature? What is their duty? Documentation and reporting. You have to document everything that you do, and you have to report to the higher authority. Penalty for violation. Regarding all the 3 things, what are the 3 things that we have discussed? Where you will do it, who will do it, and when you will do it. On whom? So penalty for violation and comparative objectives of prenatal diagnostics, preconception and prenatal diagnostics, that is PCP PNDT Act. We'll come to it afterwards. What does it signify? It signifies the conditions for which it can be done. Who will perform? I'm going on harping on the same tune so that you will come out of this class with this knowledge at least. Who will perform, where it will be performed, and the higher limit of gestation till which it can be done. What is the highest limit we have discussed? 20 weeks. On an average, 20 weeks. Indications. What are the indications? To save the life of mother. That is therapeutic, eugenic, humanitarian, and social indications. To save the life of mother, she might be having these diseases, cardiac disease, grades 3 and 4. Okay, so she has a high risk condition. If she continues with the pregnancy, that can threaten her life. In these instances, you can terminate on the grounds that you are trying to save the lady. She has not asked for it, but you feel that she might be at risk. So hypertension, renal disease, diabetic retinopathy, epilepsy, psychiatric illness, hyperemesis gravidarum, cervical and breast malignancy. This list is long. Eugenic. Eugenic means the fetus has certain abnormalities, and the fetus you find will not survive perhaps if you continue with the pregnancy. Structural anomalies, anencephaly, chromosomal defects, genetic defects, and sometimes the lady herself might be exposed to certain teratogenic drugs. Teratogenic drugs are what drugs? Pharmacology, I think you have done. What is teratogenic drug? Get up, get up. Raise your hands and get up. When taken during pregnancy. You have to mention that. Humanitarian, it caused by rape. You have to do it. Okay, that means there was no consensual consent for it. Social indications. This is usually the reason. Most often, social indications. Sole indication is the most of the times to prevent grave injury to physical and mental health of the pregnant woman. She feels that she will not be able to carry the pregnancy any longer. That will affect her physically and psychologically. Usually this becomes the more or less the commonest factor. 80% include paras women having unplanned pregnancy. Then they want to terminate. 20% caused by rape or contraceptive failure. She will come and say that I have used contraception, it has failed. So please rescue me. Okay, and it is allowed. Periods of gestation up to which it can be allowed. Up to 20 weeks, it is allowed for all these indications that you have gone through. Beyond 20 weeks, till 24 weeks, in special situations. Beyond 24 weeks now, with no upper limit, if there is certain fetal malformations, you have detected the malformation, say at 29 weeks. but you can claim termination, but that has to be decided by the medical board. Okay. Medical board is something different. So long we have not talked about it. Indications we have, again, revising up to 20 weeks. In the amendment that was done recently in 2021, this was the amendment that irrespective of marital status, any woman is eligible for MTP on grounds of contraceptive failure. Okay, so not only the privileges for the married woman, even an unmarried woman, a widow, a single woman, everyone can opt for it. Special category up to 24 weeks. We have allowed for 20 weeks everyone. Now up to 24 weeks. Who are these categories? Survivors of sexual assault, rape, incest, etc. Minors, that is under 18. Change of marital status during ongoing pregnancy due to widowhood or divorce. Her husband is no longer with her or she is a divorcee. She can opt for it. Mentally ill patient with mental retardation, with physical disabilities, major disability as per criteria laid down under the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act. But anyone coming and saying that I am disabled, please terminate, that will not do. That has to be in that list of disability list that we have, Rights of Persons with Disability Act. Fetal malformation that has substantial risk of being incompatible with life. That means the baby will not survive if you allow the pregnancy to continue. Or if the child is born, it may suffer from such mental or physical abnormalities to be seriously handicapped. So this is a reason where you can terminate up to 24 weeks. Humanitarian settings, say a disaster has happened, flood, drought, emergency situations as declared by the government. Things happen. COVID was one such thing. Now beyond 24 weeks, we have crossed the thresholds up to 20, 24, now beyond 24. Only where you can do it beyond 24, there is no upper limit, is for fetal malformations. The answer should come absolutely sharp. So this we have discussed. There should be substantial risk and this should be decided by the medical board. Once again, this medical board will decide. Anyone coming and saying, okay, fetal malformation, we will terminate, come on, it is 28 weeks, so what? We will terminate, that will not do. Medical board has to decide upon it. Now, what happens? A person coming with rape, pregnancy with rape, at say 28 weeks. Can the medical board terminate? No. No. Only fetal malformations, documented fetal malformations, you can terminate at 24 weeks and beyond. But you have to go to court. Writ petition to court. Got it? So even rape will not be excused after 24 by the medical board also we cannot do. We have to appeal to court. Now what is this medical board that we were talking about? Opinion needed for termination of pregnancy beyond 24 weeks constituted by state government or union territory consists of gynecologist, a pediatrician, a sonologist or radiologist, and such other members as notified by the state government or union territory. Can co-opt with other specialists and ask for additional investigations if required. So medical board may require other investigations. Suppose a report has come that fetus has multiple anomalies and fetus will not survive. But they can ask for a repeat test or further tests to confirm the diagnosis. That is their job. You have to allow or deny this MTP in Form D. We'll come to the different forms. This is Form D, where the medical board will allow or has the right to disallow also. If the medical board is not satisfied with the criteria, the board can disallow, will not allow it. TOP, that's termination of pregnancy, when advised, is to be carried out within 5 days of the receipt of request for MTP. Now, if you can't go on waiting for too long. The pregnancy is a dynamic thing. You have to take the decision. I have to give the result within 5 days. You have to carry it out. Now, the eligibility criteria. Who all can do it? Can you do it? Any one of you here? No, not yet. Not yet. So, medical practitioner, suppose we have said which year was the MTP Act? 1971. Now, those doctors who had been registered, say, before 1971, they are pretty old now, perhaps won't be standing here right now. But there are people who are registered before. Can they do it? They can do it. How? They should have practiced in gynae obs for a period of not less than 3 years. Okay, so if you work in a gynae department, after that, for 3 years, you are allowed to do, in spite of your registration done, that is the license that you will get after this MBBS, you can terminate. Got it? Now, medical practitioner registered on or after the date of that act, they have to do either 6 months house job in gynae. House job, you understand? House staffship. It is not, we were, in our postgraduate days, we had to do house staffship. Even those who are senior to us, that was mandatory, you know. 1 year house job was mandatory. From our time, it was not mandatory anymore. But if you have a 6 months house staffship certificate, you can terminate without any diploma or degree in gynae obs. Got it? And must either take 6 months house job or must have experience at any hospital for at least 1 year. Now, we have discussed A, B, this is C. This is important. The small italics, the small letters that I have bracketed off, this is important. C is that group of registered medical practitioner who have at least terminated 25 cases and they have done themselves, they have assisted in 25 cases. Suppose the senior had been doing the procedure and they have assisted them. You know what is assistance in surgery? We have assistance in surgery. You cannot do the surgery alone. They can do it if they have done 5 cases on their own and assisted at least 25 cases. They can also do MTP. But there is an if to it. They can do it till 12 weeks. Up to 12 weeks. And up to 24 weeks will be done by the remaining categories that we will discuss. I'm coming back to it over and over again so that it gets drilled into it. This basics should be memorized throughout your lifetime. You might have to face it anytime in your career, whether you do gynae obs or not. It is important. Now, eligibility, this is continuing. There is another group. C group, we have said, performing 25 cases assistance and doing 5 cases. This is CA group. They can be trained to terminate up to 9 weeks with medical method of abortion. That was the amendment that took place in 2021. This was important. This was not before allowed. So they can terminate till 9 weeks. And what should be their experience? 3 months experience in gynae obs, or has independently performed 10 cases of termination by MMA. What is MMA? Medical method of abortion. Only with medicines. under the supervision of RMP in a hospital established, maintained, or training institute approved for the purpose of by the government. This is important. We have been talking about three things: whom you will do, who will do it, and where you will do it. Three questions to be answered. Now, eligibility criteria for the D group. This is the most qualified group to do it, but others are also qualified. They will hold either a diploma or a PG degree. So MTP beyond 24 weeks shall be given by medical board. Again, I'm taking this should be done by A, B, D. C will only do till 12 weeks. Understood? And CA, only medical method up to 9 weeks. That was the amendment in 2021. Got it? This much of information you should carry forward. This is in a tabular form. Professor Arup Majhi is, I have courtesy to Professor Arup Majhi. His book only I have taken it. See, up to 9 weeks, one RMP can do it, and the categories are A, B, C, D, all. Everyone can do till 9 weeks. That is by medical method. Any idea about medical method? What is in that kit? We'll come to it. Up to 12 weeks, again one RMP, but see, CA is not included. That means those who had trained for 3 months and assisted in 10 cases of MMA will only be able to do it till 9 weeks. So that is CA is not included. See, A, B, C, D. CA is not included. It was included till 9 weeks. Look at the chart properly. And beyond 12 weeks to 20 weeks, A, B, D. Beyond 12 weeks, again C is removed from the column. And beyond 20 weeks to 24 weeks, we need 2 RMPs. Till 20 weeks, 1 RMP is sufficient according to the criteria laid down. Beyond 20 weeks, 2 persons should be doing it, and that should be documented. You are going and doing it, and writing the name of your friend will not do. He or she has to sign a form for it. Understood? Everything has to be documented. So beyond 24 weeks, 2 practitioners will perform the termination based on the decision of the, who will decide beyond 24 weeks? Medical board. This is a form C. We have talked of form D. The medical board may deny, may allow. This is form C. Who signs it? Patient herself. This is the form we take in writing. This form has to be signed and kept in the hospital or the institute where it is being done in a confidential manner. Here you are having the name of the patient. Okay, but it will not be publicized. Very, very important. We have promised to keep it a secret, safe and secret. Sites for MTP, hospital maintained by government or private sectors approved by government or DLC, that is district level committee by the government for the purpose. See, as per National Comprehensive Abortion Care, that is CAC, pregnancy may be terminated at government facilities up to 8 weeks in a primary health center. Small setup, you can do it till 8 weeks. You can do it with medical method. Can you do it with medical method up to 8 weeks? Answer please. Yes or no? A big yes. It can be done up to 9 weeks. Up to 12 weeks, we need a community health center, a higher setup. up to 20 weeks at the district level. And MTP site approval, one has to apply for the site approval on Form A. Another form has come in. We have been introduced to Form D, Form C, signed by the patient, Form D by the medical board. We are now coming to Form A. Form A, if suppose you own a hospital, private hospital, or an institute, you can apply for this. This is the form of approval. Unless you have this form, you cannot allow the doctors in your hospital to do this. Okay, for this matter, this hospital also needs an approval. This medical college has its approval. I'm talking of a smaller, say, organization where you can allow, but this form A should be signed and has to submit at CMO office, that is Chief Medical Officer office, after inspection and get satisfaction. Then only the CMO will approve it. Any site will not be approved. So there are criteria which site they will. Site means the place it will be done. No confusion. Site means the hospital or the organization where it has to be done. And Form B is issued to the respective site. So Form A is the one that you have applied for approval. Form B is the approval certificate. Form C is the form signed by the patient. Form D by the medical board. Clear? It is a bit, it's not complicated. One who is doing it every day, it's easy. The DLC, that is district level committee, may approve a place to conduct termination up to 12 weeks or up to 20 weeks. Beyond 20 weeks, we have different categories again. Say medical board, and then the higher part, it has to go to court, this will come. This is the Form A, that is the approval form. Now, what are the things that we need to do at MTP? Up to 12 weeks, a gynecology examination table where you can examine the patient. What do you want to see? What do you want to examine in her? Pelvic examination, whether the period of amenorrhea, whether the date she is giving is corroborative with the finding that you are having. Finding, you understand? The size of the uterus. There is a size, gestational, that size will increase. So, fundal height will not reach there. Fundal height is afterwards. 8 weeks you will not get fundal height. You have to do a PV examination, per vagina examination. Resuscitation and sterilization equipment, drugs and parenteral fluid, backup facilities for treatment of shock. Patient may bleed, may go into shock. Why we are so much concerned? Because there is threat to life of the lady who is terminating. Okay, and also threat to the life of the doctor. That is why we are fighting for it. It is not only for the patient. We doctors fight for the patients, but here we have to save our skin also. This is why so many rules and regulations have come up. Backup facilities for transport. In case of, see, first trimester terminations are less risky than second trimester. You know what trimester? First trimester means 12 weeks. We are allowing till second trimester up to 20 weeks. So, second trimester is more risky. Here we need an operation table, instruments for performing the surgery, anesthetic equipment. Have you been to the OT? Have you visited the OT? So we need a operating table, anesthetic equipments, drugs, fluid, as per the notification of the Government of India. This is the certificate of approval, Form B. This we have already discussed. Form B is in this certificate of approval. Inspection will be done for the approved place by the DLC. The owner may file a review application. Suppose you have been denied. this place is not suitable. You have been denied the permission to set up this approval site. You can again reapply within 60 days after setting up the things that they need to have to allow you to have it. CMO is authorized to inspect the places approved by conducting MTP to verify whether MTP is conducted under safe and hygienic conditions. Sometimes there will be people coming and inspecting the things, whether you're doing the right thing or not. We put in so many things, but we are not doing it perhaps. Then also it will not be allowed. Government, after giving the owner an opportunity of being heard, may confirm, modify or reverse the order. They have allowed, again may disallow if they are not satisfied. So DLC members are not authorized to conduct inspection without the permission of the chief medical officer. So this is our technical things. So how medical methods of MMA is done. Now we are talking about the medical method. Only an RMP can do it. Anyone who is not conforming to the criteria cannot just give medicines. Medical method of abortion, sometimes, people are giving to friends, neighbors, they have taken it themselves. Patient herself is prescribing to others. This is absolutely not recommended. This is against the law, not only recommendations. So only an RMP, registered medical practitioner under the MTP Act, only he can do it. Site eligibility, medical method of abortion up to 9 weeks can be provided. Certificate has to be present for approval site. All records should be maintained. The consent form, the form C is the consent form given by the patient. The RMP opinion form, the RMPs who are doing it will sign a form. Okay, they have to document that they are registered medical practitioner. You have to sign that form and an admission register and a monthly reporting system. Now what is this? This is the RMP opinion form. If I do it, I have to declare, I so and so. What is my qualification? Where do I stay? What am I doing? On whom am I doing it? I have to sign it. Okay, so this may be one RMP, maybe two. Both will have to sign. If it is beyond, when will two RMPs sign? Please, that side is quiet. When will two RMPs sign on this form? At what pregnancy gestation limit? Up to 20 weeks, one person can do. Beyond 20 weeks, two persons should sign. Have you been listening, please? This is form 2. What is this? This is the form that is kept by the hospital, and this is a monthly reporting system. All the cases that has been done in a particular place has to be kept in this form. And there is an admission register form. This is form 3. So we have 3 forms. Form 1, 2, 3. 1 is the RMP's opinion form. 2 is the record that they keep monthly. And 3 is the admission register form. And this is very important. You have to keep the name secret. It has to be kept confidentially. Don't go about telling the name of your patient while you are discussing casually with your friends or non-medical person, whatever. You are not supposed to declare the name. So form C, 1, 2. Clear? Don't get confused. Form C, consent form. Form 1, opinion form by the doctors. And form 2 is the head of the hospital who will give it to the monthly report form. Now, essential protocols you have understood by now. It has to be, now please come up with it. Who will do it? Who will do it? Registered medical officer, sorry. Where it has to be done? Approved site. And up to the, what limit it has to be done? Up to 20, then up to 24, then beyond, there are criteria to be fulfilled. And it has to be, provider will get the protective cover. If you have done the abortion, you will be not criminalized or penalized if you have followed all the rules. You have kept all the records that I have mentioned. Not me, it is the system. This is what it has to be done. Other requirements, Form C, Form 1, Form 2, all have to be fulfilled to be legally right. Got it? And what are the tests that you will do? You have to approach by the woman for termination with genuine indication. She may come up with a story. She may not give you facts. So that should be genuine. Her trying for termination should be a genuine one. Not coming, I don't want to keep the pregnancy, please terminate. That will not do. You have to put the tick on the causes that need to be fulfilled before you terminate. And these are the counseling has to be done. Physical examination, you understand. Per abdominal, if it is second trimester. Per vagina, if it is below 12 weeks, you have to do. Investigations, all these blood reports, hemoglobin, blood group. Why blood group is important? Any idea? Blood group? Rh negative. Rh negative patients might come up, and for them, what will you do? What is the precaution that you will take? Antibody bolle hobe na. What exactly we will do? Anti-D injection has to be given. Up to 12 weeks, you can give 50 microgram, but sometimes it is not available. Give the full dose. What is the full dose? 300 microgram. IM injection. Why we are giving? Because the fetus might be positive. We don't know the Rh status of the fetus. We are giving it in anticipation that she might have isoimmunization. Rh negative class, it will be developed later on. So these are the tests: blood sugar, VDRL serology test, USG. USG has to be done to exclude ectopic pregnancy. You have examined, but ultrasound, if you can do, it is best. If you violate, you might be punished. How? You might be imprisoned for 2 to 7 years. Okay, nothing to get scared. You are in the process. You will do all those things to do it legally correctly. To be legally correct, you have to go through the whole process. Any person terminating a pregnancy who is not registered will be punished like this. Terminating in a place that is not approved will be punished. Mandatory documentation has not been done will be punished. So if you don't follow these 3 rules, we will be punished. And that is the punishment. Now what are the methods? Up to 12 weeks, we have medical methods: manual vacuum aspiration, electric vacuum aspiration, dilatation and evacuation. Beyond 12 weeks, we have the medical method, plus we have other methods which were used previously. Nowadays, we don't use those much. We are more favoring the medical method because it is less hazardous. It will happen on its own. The abortion will happen on its own by the medicines. You are not doing anything proactively. You're just giving the medicines. This is the checklist for medical method. First day the patient comes to you, you take a detailed history. You can keep a record of it. And second or third day, first day you give mifepristone 200 milligram. Second or third day, you are giving this misoprostol 400 microgram, 2 tablets, oral or vaginal. What is misoprostol? Prostaglandin E1. Pharma knowledge will remain throughout life. Don't forget it after second MBBS. And third visit, on 15th day, you will again call the patient to see how she will have a bleeding. The product will be expelled. And you again tell her to come on the 15th day to review the thing and to confirm that she has completed the process of abortion without you having done anything else except for prescribing the medicines. See, it is a supervised medication. You are calling her to yourself and then giving the medicine. First, second, and third visits, important in case of medical method. You just don't, please, you don't write the prescription and let her go home like that. You have to call her back on 3 days to follow her up closely. This is your responsibility. If you fail in this, that is also not medico-legally right. This is the MMA card. This is how she will keep a record of every day from day 1 to day 15. Day 1, she takes mifepristone. What is mifepristone? Mifepristone is an anti-progesterone. Progesterone is a hormone that carries the pregnancy, and mifepristone is anti-progesterone. It is called RU486. Now, why this peculiar name? So, this is the MMA. Mifepristone you give, followed by misoprostol up to 9 weeks. It comes in a kit. 1 tablet of mifepristone and 4 tablets of misoprostol. 1 tablet of mifepristone has 200 milligram and 4 tablets of 200 each, that is 800 micrograms of misoprostol. That comes in a kit. With that, you can terminate till how long? 9 weeks. Loud and clear, please. 9 weeks, up to 9 weeks. It is recommended. So, first day you give her the mifepristone. On the 3rd day you call her back. You can tell her to take the medicine in front of you, or per vagina, oral, sublingual, buccal, several routes of administration. So this is, initially it was recommended till 7 weeks. After that amendment, it came up to 9 weeks. See, in 2002, DCI approved mifepristone with misoprostol. And this is included in the purview of the Act in 2003. This MMA came into this Act in 2003, and from December onwards, this is the pack that is available. Mifepristone 200, 1 tablet of misoprostol 200 microgram, and 4 tabs. In that one kit, you will have this 5 things. Now, this is the regime. On day 1, you give, I'm going on saying the same thing. You please keep it in mind. You don't have to go and read. You just remember what I am shouting at. This has to be drilled. Now, how to control the pain? There will be pain and bleeding. You have to tell the patient that you will have pain and bleeding. You can control it with ibuprofen, or she might have vomiting. Misoprostol causes vomiting. If she vomits out the whole tablet, it might not work properly. So give her some antiemetic. Give her some metoclopramide, Metoclopramide, you know what it is? It is an antiemetic, so that she doesn't vomit out the drug. So efficacy is up to 7 weeks, 95 to 99% success rate. 1% will require surgical intervention. That is why you have allowed that doctor to do it who has just 3 months experience and who has assisted in only 10 cases of medical method of abortion. He can handle this because the success rate is high. That is why you are allowing this to be done. Even you can do it if you do a 3 months training after you pass out MBBS. That is important. Why it is safer? 1% will recover, 1% failure will be there. And 2 to 3% will have incomplete abortion. It may not come out totally, then it becomes a problem. Then you might have to do it surgically. Surgically means evacuation. You just do it manually with vacuum aspiration or electrical circuits. This is mifepristone, RU486. The name has come because it was a pharmaceutical company named Russell Uclaf. That is why RU. and 486 was the laboratory serial number. This is how it got its name. So it is acting through receptors. Mifepristone is anti-progesterone. Progesterone was continuing the pregnancy. If you give an anti-progesterone, it will interrupt the pregnancy. That is why it is given. It causes detachment of the placenta, so the fetus will be, there will be demise of the fetus. Softens the cervix. Now demise will occur and it has to be expelled. Two processes are going on. It has to be killed and brought out, to put it very simply. So first kill and then take it out. So that is caused by the uterine contraction and it will come out. Now what are the contraindications? These are the contraindications: smoking, heart disease, hypertension, anemia, seizure disorders. So prostaglandin, you just read in details. That's what is the chemical structure. PGE1, popular in second trimester MTP agent nowadays. Previously we had very archaic methods, or very old methods of doing it. Intraamniotic saline, we used to put in the hypertonic saline into the amniotic cavity. Okay, and Emcadil, extraamniotic instillation of Emcadil. This we had done in internship when we did our graduations. After that we did these. But this is no longer popular. We are doing more with medical method because it has proved to be more efficient. More efficacy is more than the surgical and the risks are less. So these are the PGE2, dinoprostone, PGF2 alpha, these are all prostaglandins, but popularly is used is misoprostol. Advantages is success. Why we are taking this? Because the success is high. Induction to abortion interval is 15 to 20 hours. Accidental IV injection doesn't cause much side effects. And PGE1, misoprostol, is not contraindicated like other prostaglandins in asthma. Asthma patients, we don't give prostaglandins. They have more of spasms, bronchospasms. But PGE1 is exceptional, it doesn't cause. Side effects are these: pain, nausea, vomiting. So if she vomits out, my purpose won't be served. We have to give her some antiemetic so that she doesn't vomit that out if she has taken it orally. If you have given it vaginally, then vomiting is less because it acts locally. Teratogenicity is there. If the pregnancy is continued, she might have this Mobius syndrome with misoprostol. এটাকে দেখাও তো পারো কিনা। This is manual vacuum aspiration আর এই যে এটাকে এই যে এই ভিডিওটা দেখাও। হ্যাঁ ওটাকে ইয়ে করো। This is evacuation, vacuum aspiration, or suction evacuation. This is one of the cases that we are doing. I have just tried to a small video of it to see, give you an idea. If you have visited the MTP clinic or MTP OT, this is done there. Did you get to see how it is done? This is dilatation and evacuation. এটাকে চালাও আরেকবার। This is dilatation and evacuation. Here the gestation is slightly more. So it might not come out with suction evacuation only. That was a suction evacuation. We put in a negative pressure so that it is sucked out. This is an ovum forceps. Have you done instruments? Have you done this is an ovum forceps. I had taken this class, I think, a small group class with this patch only. How many of you were present? I think you were present. Just casually I'm remembering. You have seen it. This is how it is taken out. This is the dilatation evacuation process. We used to do this method when medical method was not so popular. It has come in late. Okay. So that's it. This is the intra-amniotic hypertonic saline incision. See, we used to put the syringe and give the hypertonic saline through the per abdomen. But that can cause that is hypernatremia. So there will be intoxication. So this is not popularly done anymore now. We have better options in hand, better medicines in hand, so we can avoid this. We had done it in our postgraduate days, during our Hastopsy days. We used to do it. These methods were available then. And this is the extra amniotic. There, within the amniotic cavity, we used to put the hypertonic saline through syringe, and here it is extra amniotic. That is, we are giving it through a Foley's catheter. Have you seen a Foley's catheter? The medicine is given extra amniotic. That is between the amniotic membrane and the uterine wall. This is extra amniotically it was given. This was safer than intra-amniotic, but nowadays it has become much more simpler with medical method. We can give it for higher gestation also. Also in second trimester, you just give the medicine and wait for the product to come out of its own. If there is incomplete expulsion, then the remaining part you take it out with either curettage or dilatation evacuation. So this is now an accessory method. Complication depends on the gestation. The higher the gestation, higher the complications. Overall rate is around 5%, more in case of second trimester that we have discussed. Is it over in that corner, please? MTP, learnt, totally. Give yourself some time so that you don't have to spend more time when you go out of the class. Okay, you are investing your time here. Do it fruitfully. Immediate complications there can be bleeding, shock, incomplete abortion, injury to cervix, injury to perforation of uterus. If you are not competent enough to do it, while doing that dilatation evacuation, you can perforate the uterus. You may pull out intestine coils. We have seen all kinds coming from the quacks. Doctors didn't do it then. Quacks used to do it. They used to send the patients like this to our medical colleges. Intestine hanging from vagina. So these are the complications. If you are not trained enough, these things will happen. Immediate complications, nausea, vomiting, pain, tear, incomplete. Fetus may be delivered alive. You have given the medicine, fetus is alive. That is a complication because we don't want the fetus to be alive. Okay, so then we have to think of ways to kill the fetus. Still, it will be legalized because the law will protect you if you have followed all the things that we have stated so long. You can meet with complications, but the law will say that this is understood, that this amount of complications we will accept. Any operation has its complications, but we have not stopped doing operations. But you have to follow certain dictum, certain rules. So this, I was talking about the intra-amniotic hypertonic saline. This can cause hypernatremia, renal failure, DIC. Ethacridine lactate was used in extra-amniotic. This, short notes can be given, but it is no longer used because we have replaced it with mifepristone and misoprostol. The wonder drugs have almost replaced these procedures. Please take this take-home message. Oxytocin also can cause water intoxication. And hysterotomy. This is the last resort. You know what is hysterotomy? You know what is cesarean section? Cesarean section, you know? This is hysterotomy is also a mini cesarean section done in a smaller uterus. Previously, these methods were not available, so the last resort was cut and take out the fetus. But was it justified? Because we are putting a scar on her uterus and not giving her a live baby. Okay, so this is not done anymore. Just to give you an idea that what was done. Delayed complications are there. There can be cervical incompetence. If you dilate the cervix too much, the pregnancy she may not be able to take later on. She might have multiple miscarriages, multiple abortions by nature, there might be miscarriages. Ectopic pregnancy, uterine rupture. Attention, please. Few more minutes. Close it. Hey, দাঁড়াও, তো disturb করো না, শুনছে না কেউ। If the placenta is retained, fetus is out, this can cause problem later on in the reproductive career. So if you don't know the proper way of doing it, you may do more harm to her later on also. So be competent with the methods that you learn. Whatever method you learn, be proficient in it. Otherwise, you will sort of defeat the purpose. You want to help the woman, not put her into trouble. So please learn the right way, the right method, the legally right procedure. Delayed complications can be infection, infertility can be there also. So menstrual abnormalities, scar endometriosis, look at the mortality rate, 0.6 per lakh. That means in 1 lakh, one person can die. If you have performed, say, on 1 lakh patients, one can die. And that can amount to 3 times in second trimester. So the mortality can also be present. So you have to be very, very carefully, you have to adapt yourself to the methods to save your patient and to save yourself. This was the applicability with the MTP Act and the PNDT Act. Now, once MTP Act was becoming prevalent, people started terminating just because there was a female fetus, female feticide. Are you aware of it? Prenatal pre-diagnostic tests. Prenatal pre-diagnostic tests, they used to see the sex of the fetus. If it was a female fetus, they used to terminate. So this cannot happen. MTP Act was not done for sex selection. So this was a counterproductive thing happening. Our country is still, male dominance is there. So they used to kill the female fetus on the plea that baby has a defect. They will show some reason to terminate. So those reasons are important. Initially I have told you, see if there is a genuine reason for termination. A third gravida patient coming and telling you terminate because perhaps she has 2 daughters. Now she has found out that this third pregnancy is also a female fetus. Now she wants to terminate that. That is not allowed in MTP Act. This PNDT Act was then implemented in preconception prenatal diagnostic test. So this was done. There were 2 groups of people, pro-life and pro-abortion people. Pro-life people started shouting that we don't want abortion, please. They were trying to degrade the woman's rights. And there were the pro-abortion, they were taking this as an advantage for female feticide. So this was not why MTP Act was there. It was for liberation of women's rights. So they took it in the wrong note. Please go through this PC PNDT Act. This can come as a short note. Okay. MTP Act, PC PNDT Act. You please go through it. So this is the end of it. The details are there, where you can do and where you cannot apply it. So it saves the woman and it saves you also, this MTP Act. Please honor it throughout your professional career. You may not do it, but see that it is done in the proper way. This is how you can safeguard the society. Am I welcome with this statement? We are not here to kill female fetus. We are here to liberalize the procedure for reasons that we have discussed. Thank you. Have I left you any wiser than when you came into this class? Have you gained anything? Please remember a few of the words that I have shouted for last 40 minutes or so. It will be your asset if you remember it throughout your life. This mugging up will not help. You start you have to visualize the situation. A patient has come to you, patient is saying certain things, whether it is in conformity with the rules or not, whether it is a legal one or illegal one. This amount of legal knowledge a doctor should have.